Hello there and welcome to a new month of the Trading Post. Welcome to March 2025. In this video, we're going to look at the monthly reward for this month and of course all of the brand new stock added to the Trading Post in this month. But before we jump into all of that, I do want to give a quick thank you to everyone over on Patreon. Just started posting over there some exclusive content, so if anyone does want to check it out and support me over there, I'll leave a link down below. Right, so yes, March 2025 is here and March is called March Sparkles and Flare. The monthly reward this month is the Ensemble Ornaments of Pearlescent Monarch. This is a shoulder, belt, and helm transmog, which has upset many people. I think it looks fine. I like the butterflies. I think it's cool. A lot of the theming this month is, of course, butterflies and spring and flowers and things like that. But yeah, apparently that upsets people, but I don't really care. It's fine. We also have 1,000 tender this month, so that has gone down from the previous month where we did get all of those bonus things. But yeah, also speaking of the bonus things, they're also gone as well. So we're just going to get a standard Trading Post month this month with no extra bits and pieces like we did have last month. So let's jump into this month's stock. What do we have? We have a lot of mounts. So the first one is the Pearlescent Butterfly. This is going to set you back 700 Traders Tender. This is the butterfly mount we've seen a few times, I believe, in the data, and there are various different colors of this. Speaking of different colors of this, there is the Ruby Butterfly for 700 tender as well, which is a more red and kind of purpley variant, which is very cool. These are both, of course, skywriting mounts as far as I'm aware. We also have the Ornaments of the Blood Monarch, which is a red version of the monthly reward, which of course contains a head, shoulders, and waist transmog. We also have another mount called the Shimmer Mist Free Runner. This is a recolor of the mounts from, I believe, Shadowlands, if I'm not mistaken. This is actually only 325 tender, which is really cool. And once again, this is a sky riding mount. Next up is the Blood Monarch's Polearm. This is, of course, a polearm transmog using the similar design as the transmog set with kind of glittering things and flowers and things of that nature in a red variant. Next one is the pearlescent version. So this is, of course, a different color of the last one, but yeah, in more of a goldy color. Both of these are 300 tender. Next up is the Blood Monarch's Longbow. This is a bow transmog for 250 tender. This is a pretty cool looking bow with some flowers and glitter and things like that. If you're into this kind of style, this is going to be the best month ever. If you're not into this style, it is probably the worst month ever. But yeah, at least you get to save some tenders, I guess. The next one is the Blood Monarch's Mace. This is a mace transmog, a one-handed mace transmog for 250 tender. Once again, using that similar kind of red and glittery design with the silver on it. We have the Blood Monarch's Sword, which is cool. Doesn't have many glowing effects on it. It is 250 tender, but yeah, a one-handed sword here. Not many glowing effects, but still using that kind of flowery red design there. Next up, the Pearlescent Monarch's Longbow. So just a kind of pearlescent version of the red one. We have that as the bow. We have that as the mace as well, which looks very cool, and the swords, which are pretty awesome actually. But yeah, once again, no kind of glittery things there. I do like the coloration though. As you move it around, it does kind of change, which of course is what pearlescent colors are, which is awesome. Next up is the Warblades of the Monarch. These are actually Warglaives. Yeah, these are actually Warglaives. So you're going to be, on your demon hunter, your evil, fell, drinking, loving demon hunter, and you're going to have these flowery Warglaives, which actually look pretty cool. Yeah, they're kind of nice. They're fun. You have the Wings of the Blood Monarch, which is a 3D back piece that we've seen previously, kind of like the butterfly wings. You also have this in pearlescent as well, which is cool. Those are 225 tender. You have a wand that no one's ever going to use, but it does look very cool, like a little dagger looking wand. You have that in red, and of course we have that in pearlescent, which does look way cooler actually. The kind of glowing effects there really do highlight with the pearlescent version. Both of those are going to be 200 tender each if you do want to pick them up. Next up are the Ensemble, the Prowler's Deep Headgear. This month is kind of a blue color. We have the headgear, which is 100 tender, and the shoulder cape, which is 75, which of course is designed more for like one shoulder or whatever, as we said previously, but a very cool color nonetheless. We have the leg wraps, the war skirt and leg wraps in a very similar color as well for 50 tender. And then we just have the kind of war skirt as well. We have like a shorter version, which we've seen a couple of times now on the Trading Post. But one thing we haven't seen before is the Vigilantes Deep Mask. This is awesome. This was data mined in the 11.1 files. Really cool to see it come to the Trading Post. I love the kind of physics here. But actually, when you run around with the back piece there, it does kind of bounce around, which is fun. So yeah, big fan of that. There's various different colors that we are going to see over the next couple months on the Trading Post. Next up is the long, deep war skirt. So this is just the skirt without the foot wraps. It's going to be 40 tender. We have the ruby scale threads and the sapphire scale threads. These are more boots designed for like trolls and things like that. I believe they do come up on trolls and other such races that don't wear boots normally, so they're very cool. They're 40 tender each. We have the short skirt, which is, of course, just the same without the leg wraps. And then we have the wraps and the slippers, which, again, are just kind of the parts of that other set, but separated from the original bits. And these are feet transmogs. So, yeah, 20 tender for those if you do want to pick those up, just as a nice accessory. So that's all the new stuff coming this month. Returning items, we have the Twilight Witch's attire. If you didn't pick this up, I believe it was on the original in-game store for a little bit. You have the lovely Gothic longbow, Twilight Witch's Gothic staff, the parasol, so the parasol toy, which does give you kind of slowful, I believe. You have the Twilight Witch's Gothic scepter, and the Reigns of the Twilight Sky Prowler is also returning this month, which is a very, very cool looking mount for sure. So there's tons of mounts on the trading post this month. So yeah, if you're into mounts, this is going to be a very tough month for you, unless you've saved a bunch of tender. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is all we have for this month in March. Let me know down below your thoughts. Very controversial one. As said, there is a lot of talk on Twitter about this. People aren't too happy about it. I don't really mind. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm probably not going to buy much this month, but that's fine. I get to save my tenders. I'll get the mounts maybe, but we'll see what happens. But guys, if you did like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I am on Twitter and on Patreon, as mentioned, and I have a partnered Discord channel as well. And also, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within, Season of Discovery, any sort of WoW, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.